The beauty of medieval history still abounds in this coastal nation, with its fortified towns, spectacular villages, and breathtaking mountain views. With terrain that ranges from limestone peaks and tall mountains stretching up to 2,523 meters to deep valleys over 1,300 meters down, to forests, beaches, and more, you'll find a little of everything when it comes to exploring this country. But just where are you going to find all of this natural beauty combined with spectacular resorts, nude beaches, and enough plant and animal life to astound you everywhere you look? Montenegro. This beautiful country is located in Europe and has a great deal to offer in the way of what you see and what you're going to experience while you're there. Montenegro was part of Yugoslavia, along with a host of other regions that included Slovenia and Serbia. But when Yugoslavia broke apart and each of the other nations became their own country, Montenegro joined up with Serbia, becoming a single country. In 2006, however, Montenegro and Serbia officially separated, and since then, Montenegro has been considered an independent and sovereign state. Ruled through a parliamentary representative democratic republic, the country has a president that serves a term of 5 years, as well as a parliament and prime minister. What does all of this mean? Well, for one thing, it means Montenegro is the second youngest country in the world, behind South Sudan, which declared independence in 2011. It also means a hybrid regime within the country, which combines both democratic and authoritarian features within the government. Montenegro is a small country, with only 14,000 square kilometers and 650,000 people with a mostly Christian foundation at nearly 76% representation. However, there is a rather sizable portion of other religious groups represented within the country, including approximately 19% Islamic religions. The country is actually not part of the EU. However, they are members of the Central European Free Trade Agreement and have agreements also with the European Free Trade Association. The euro is also their official currency. Taking a closer look at the economic situation of the country, however, you'll see that they are largely dependent on foreign resources. In fact, they are so dependent upon foreign resources, with such scarce domestic production, that they could be in danger of complete failure if those other countries were to pull out their support of the country. Much of the income for Montenegro as a country comes from both foreign companies and tourists, with a large range of different products being imported from other countries. But what does this amazing country have to offer when we start stepping outside of the economy? A great deal. You'll find beautiful sites that are both cultural and historical, including pre-Romanesque, Gothic, and Baroque styles. You'll find religious monuments, medieval monasteries, and plenty of cultural experiences. Montenegro is home to the Bay of Kotor, which is widely considered to be one of the most beautiful bays in Europe. It's only one of the amazing places that you're going to want to visit if you ever have the chance to travel to Montenegro. You won't want to miss out on Mount Orjan, the highest mastiff in the region, or the Zeta River Valley that represents the lowest region of Montenegro. If you're looking to relax, you'll want to check out the nude beaches that this region is known for, but you'll also love that this is one of the most biodiverse hotspots of the world. That's represented even more by the amazing array of species in the country, including over 16,000 species of insects, over 400 species of marine fish, and over 333 species of birds and more. Located on the coast of the Adriatic Sea, Montenegro is bordered by Bosnia and Herzegovina to the north, Serbia to the east, and Albania and Kosovo to the south. It's commonly referred to in 3 different regions, including the northern region, which encompasses regions such as Kolasin, Zabljak, and Bahrain, the central region, which encompasses regions of Tuzi, Cetinje, and Podgorica, and the coastal region, which encompasses regions of Bar, Budva, and Tivat. What does healthcare look like in Montenegro? The nation utilizes a social health insurance system, which means that over 95% of the population is covered within the system. You'll find that the majority of the funds are coming from the state budget, but out-of-pocket payments can be quite large as well. The healthcare itself is actually considered decent, with doctors being well-trained. However, they are not up to Western European standards. 7 state-run hospitals and 3 specialist hospitals are located within the country, as well as several private hospitals. They're also found to have less than the average for Europe when it comes to medical professionals per capita, with approximately 199 doctors and 554 nurses and midwives per 100,000 people. When we look at the crime within Montenegro, you'll find a relatively low level of crime, including a rate of 2.7 murders per 100,000 people, though you'll want to keep an eye out for the organized crime, with over 700 documented organized criminals operating within the country. Turning things around to look at the people, you're going to find diversity of culture, language, and more. There isn't considered an ethnic majority in Montenegro. However, the primary ethnic representation is Montenegrins at 45%, with Serbs comprising approximately 28%. The remainder is representative of Bosniaks, Muslims, Albanians, and Croats. As you would expect with this level of wide representation, there are several languages that are in wide usage within the country. Though the official language is Montenegrin, other languages including Serbian, Bosnian, Albanian, and Croatian are very much recognized within the country. Montenegro is a beautiful country, filled with amazing people that represent a wide array of cultures, languages, and more. Not to mention the large biodiversity that means there are thousands of animals, plants, and reptiles to enjoy as you're exploring or staying for any length of time. Drop a comment with the part you are most excited to explore.